disappears the need.
We will get started in just a few minutes, ladies and gentlemen. Please just be patient. Just be patient. It's definitely well worth the wait.
Is the foundation.
Please just be patient. We will get started in just a few minutes. What's up, Joe? Just be patient, you guys, ladies and gentlemen. Please be patient. I'm going to play something for you guys here in a minute.
Violation of your private.
Just trust me, this is definitely well worth the wait. Okay, so without any further ado, I was asked yesterday on a live stream on the panel that I was on yesterday on how, if there was something somebody could sign or a way to help with the cause of what I'm trying to do here. 45 minutes ago, this took place on Capitol Hill. Theater mode. Unmute. Play. Turn it up.
Well, welcome everybody. And I want to start by thanking the First Lady.
Here on Live and Out from Fox, the Take It Down Act. Let's listen into some comments from Capitol Hill.
Well, welcome everybody. And I want to start by thanking the First Lady for joining us today. And thank you for your support of this incredibly important legislation, the Take It Down Act, which has already passed the Senate unanimously. And I am hopeful that the House will soon take it up and pass it and put it on the president's desk to be signed into law to protect young women and young boys and all of those who are being victimized across the country. I also want to thank our brave victims and victim advocates who are here. Elliston Berry, Francesca Mani, Brandon Guffey, and Breeze Liu. Thank you for being here. Each of you have endured the unspeakable, and your courage standing up and speaking for others is really remarkable. I also want to thank Stefan Turkheimer with RAIN for your advocacy and support on this issue as well. Thank you for your leadership. And of course, I want to thank Senator Klobuchar, who is the lead Democrat sponsor in the Senate, and Representative Salazar and Representative Dean, who are the lead sponsors in the House, who've worked alongside in this important bipartisan legislation. If you're a victim of revenge porn or AI-generated explicit imagery, your life changes forever. Most likely, you've been targeted by someone you know, and you're likely struggling to have that material removed from the internet. Disturbingly, many of these victims are teenagers at American high schools who are facing a surge in AI-generated sexual images. Hundreds of teens, often targeted by their own classmates, are enduring senseless psychological harm, knowing that these fake images exist and they're still out there. And in many cases, there's no recourse for these teenage victims. It extends beyond high school. There are thousands of cases where predators have used non-consensual images to extort victims, both sexually and financially. And the results can be even more traumatic than financial loss, as we'll hear here today. In dozens of instances, parents and siblings have suffered unbearable pain, having lost their child or their brother or their sister to suicide because the victim felt there was no way out from sextortion. Outside of high school, many adults are also dealing with the very real and dire consequences of having their sexually explicit images shared online without their consent. I have heard from victims of sexual abuse, of rape, of human trafficking, who strongly support the Take It Down Act because they desperately want some of the most traumatic moments of their lives taken off the internet. The Take It Down Act empowers victims across the entire United States.
I'm just going to take 1 second to say this. I am using this under the Fair Use Act. This is for educational purposes. This is real shit. This is not entertainment. This is for educational purposes. This is extremely important. So go ahead and strike me, fucking YouTube, and I will fight my ass off to get it back on here.
It makes it a felony for these deviants to publish any non-consensual intimate images, including fake, lifelike pornographic images of real people. Just as importantly, our bipartisan bill requires big tech to have a notice and takedown process so that every victimized American, not just the rich and famous, but everyone, has a right to get these disturbing images taken offline immediately. We are today one step closer to making this dream a reality. Just 3 weeks ago, the Senate unanimously passed the Take It Down Act. Now it goes to my House colleagues, and I have every assurance and confidence that the House will take this up, pass it, and put it on the president's desk so that we can protect the victims of these predators. And we're very excited to be joined today by the First Lady of the United States, Melania Trump. Mrs. Trump, has long been a champion for protecting our nation's children with her Be Best initiative. And I can think of no more important issue for our First Lady to lean on than protecting children online. Your success will mean our children's success and healing for thousands of victims. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to the First Lady of the United States, Melania Trump.
I'm just going to jump in here again and say, so the biggest way that anybody can help is to grab that piece of paper, grab that pen or pencil, not an email, an actual piece of paper, and a pen or pencil. Write your senator, write your congressman, write the House of Representatives in your district, and tell them that these changes need to be made.
Like 48 hours to take shit down.
I have complete faith, like Ted Cruz has, that this is going to the House and it will pass in the House. It has not passed yet. It hasn't made it to the president's desk, but it's going to.
Guaranteed it will.
So, you want to know how you can help? Write a judge, write a prosecuting attorney. Tell them you're sick and tired of hearing bullshit excuses why they can't prosecute people.
These kids are committing suicide because of this shit. For real. I mean, it's serious shit. You know what I mean?
For real.
It really is.
Thank you so much, Senator Cruz.
I think that should be on.
Is on?
It's not very loud.
Good afternoon. I'm here with you today with a common goal: to protect our youth from online harm. The widespread presence of abusive behavior in the digital domain affects the daily lives of our children, families, and communities. Addressing this issue is essential for fostering a safe and supportive environment for our young people. I hope today's roundtable builds awareness of the harm caused by non-consensual intimate imagery, and eventually the approval of the Take It Down Act in Congress. In today's AI-driven world, the threat of privacy breaches is alarmingly high. As organizations harness the power of our data, the risk of
What the fuck's wrong with the sound?
unauthorized access and misuses of personal information escalates. We must prioritize robust security measures and uphold strict ethical standards to protect individual privacy. As First Lady, my commitment to the Be Best initiative underscores the importance of online safety. In an era where digital interactions are integral to daily life, it is imperative that we safeguard children from mean-spirited and hurtful online behavior. Ensuring their protection is not just a responsibility, but a vital step in nurturing tomorrow's leaders. Here with us today is Alison Berry, a 15-year-old brave young woman. Alison Spears used AI.
I'm going to bring it back up. There's something wrong with the sound. Yeah. I'm on.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fucking fantastic right now. This is huge.
You know what? I have
This is
been
huge.
seeing arrests for human trafficking in different states and stuff like this. I think it is so fantastic. Finally, we're doing something. You know, our country's doing something for the children.
Finally. Yep, finally.
It's gonna be, but it's gonna be still a hard hill because it's very deep to dig through.
Yes, it does.
Gotta start somewhere.
Hi,
Gotta start
James. How are
somewhere.
you, James Chapman?
Got to start somewhere. If we never get started somewhere, we'll never get no fucking where.
That's right.
Get in the door for sure, man.
This is huge. I don't think people really realize how huge this really
You're
is.
making me cry like a baby. What am I-
No, they don't. They do not know how huge this is, and
Yep, we're just
you know,
gonna have to deal with the sound. We're just gonna have to deal with the sound like it is.
now is there a particular name for
Take it
this?
down.
Take it
Huh?
Take it down. It's called Take It Down.
Take it down, okay.
Yeah,
down
take it.
now.
The Take It Down Act.
The
Take It Down Act.
Yep.
Absolutely, that's
We
what it's
have
called.
48 hours to take all of that stuff down that they put up of these victims, they have 48 hours to take it down, or they will be charged with felonies for it.
They'll be held just as accountable.
And jail time.
They'll be held as just as accountable as the people posting it on the internet.
That's good. And it's good to see that Melania is backing it up and everything.
Yeah.
You having trouble bringing it back up?
Yeah, my bad.
No, it's okay.
Your unwavering love is a pillar of resilience. Thank you again to Senator Cruz, Speaker Johnson, House Majority Leader Scalise, Representative Salazar, Chairman Guthrie, Chairwoman McCain, Chairman Hare, and Representative Kahan for being here today and for your dedication to this important cause. I was heartened to learn that Senator Cruz and Senator Klobuchar united to prioritize this fundamental matter. I must admit, however, I expected to see more Democrats, leaders with us here today, to address this serious issue. Surely, as adults, we can prioritize Americans' children ahead of partisan politics. I urge Congress to prioritize the passage of the Take It Down Act bill. This legislation is essential for addressing the growing concerns related to online safety, protecting individual rights, and promoting a healthier digital environment. By advocating this bill, Congress can take an important step towards ensuring accountability and fostering responsible online behavior. The Take It Down Act bill represents a powerful step toward justice, healing, and unity. Thank you.
Okay.
And thank you very much. I want to thank the First Lady for being here, and your presence and your leadership on this issue is incredibly important, and I'm confident it's going to play a critical role in accelerating the passage of this bill and getting it passed into law so that we can protect all our kids and young women and young men across the country. I now want to turn to the leader in the House, Representative Salazar, for her remarks.
There. Thank you to all of you.
Now, this woman right here, if her speech she's about to give you,
Gangster, I'm telling you.
if her speech don't give you goosebumps, you need to go see your doctor.
Like, she's got that gangster voice.
She's about as passionate
Like,
about
I mean
this shit as I am.
business Now, I mean business. You know what I mean?
You and thank you to the First Lady of the United States, to Senator Cruz, for having taken up this cause. The force, as Senator said, the force of your presence, madam, is not only going to save children's lives, but will also make this legislation the law of the land. I have no doubt that the House of Representatives will make this law a priority, as I've spoken to the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. So thank you for making our jobs as legislators a lot more effective. As the Senator said, the name of the legislation that we're presenting is called the Take It Down Act.
Take it
Its
down.
mission is very simple. It's profound and long-lasting. It stops cyber abuse. It prevents bullying one child against another. Even more important, is going to prevent suicide out of shame. It is outrageously sick to use the images, the face, the voice, the likeness of a young, vulnerable female to manipulate them, to extort them, to humiliate them publicly just for revenge or just for fun.
Powerful woman.
That is why we created this bill, and it's going to stop the abuse throughout social media. It is widely known that 99% of the time, the victim, most of them girls, don't even know that their faces, their bodies, their intimate parts are being circulated around the internet in fake, compromising pornographic images. But perception is reality, unfortunately. And even though these images do not belong to them, they are paying the price dearly. So they see it, they live it, they have to suffer it, and they don't have any recourse. As the senator said, up until today, up until now.
Again, this is being used under the Fair Use Act of 1976. This is for educational purposes. This is not entertainment. This is serious shit. So go ahead, fuck with me, YouTube.
Our bill, the Take It Down Act, finally is sending a very big message to big tech that they have to bring down these images, fake images, within 48 hours. No more time than that, no more excuses. If not, big tech then will be just as guilty as the aggressors.
Yeah.
Snapchat, Instagram, TikTok will have to comply within 48 hours when the victim demands that they take down those pornographic images. Now our messages to the bullies, to the perverts, to the predators. If you dare to do this to another innocent child, you are going to go to prison. You will serve jail time. That will be a
Woo! That's what I'm fucking saying, you guys. This is what we're talking about. This is what we're fighting for. This is what I do this for.
Yes, dude, it's so awesome. It's so awesome.
I mean, I didn't personally have anything to do with this bill, but you know, this is what I fight for.
a great place where you can sit and ponder what you did and be consumed by your conscience. Up until now, the parents of victims found that the schools, they couldn't do anything. The police couldn't do anything. Nothing. Big tech couldn't do anything, according to them. No more. This legislation has taken the power away from the aggressors and the accomplices and have given it back to the victims and their parents. What a great honor for me to be part of this initiative. Thank you very much. And thank you, madam, for making this a reality. Thank you.
Thank you, Representative Salazar.
Now, if that's not passionate about something, I don't know what
I
is.
wouldn't want her mad at me.
I wouldn't want her mad at me.
I'm just saying.
Let's get back to it.
For your friendship, for your leadership on this important issue. I now want to introduce our victim advocates who will share their stories and explain why it is important that we urgently pass the Take It Down Act. Here with us first are two teenage victims of AI-generated sexually exploitative images. Miss Elliston Berry of Aledo, Texas, and Miss Francesca Mani of Westfield, New Jersey. Both of these young ladies were victims of virtually the identical crime within weeks of each other. Elliston was just 14 years old when a male classmate of hers took an innocent photo off her Instagram page and used an app to create an explicit image, a deepfake AI, that in turn was sent to her classmates at school. Elliston helped inspire the Take It Down Act, and she's a Texan, and she and her mother contacted my office and relayed what happened, and we were horrified, and she was the initial inspiration for writing this bill. And Melanie, I'll tell you an amazing aspect. When I was sitting down with Elliston and her mother, Anna, who's here as well, I asked in my office, I said, what's happened to the images? And they looked at me with enormous frustration, and they said, they're still up. It's been 9 months. Elliston's mom said she had called Snapchat, she'd emailed them, she tried repeatedly, take this garbage down of my daughter. And she'd gotten no response at all, no movement. I turned to my staff in my office that afternoon and I said, I want you to get the CEO of Snapchat on the phone today. I want those pictures down today. Within 2 hours, they pulled them down.
Fucking A, right?
Now, it should not take a sitting senator or a sitting member of Congress picking up the phone to get a picture down or a video down. It should be the right. Every American, every teenage girl victimized should have the right to get this garbage taken down. And this bill will give them that right as a matter of federal law. And with that, Elliston, if you would share with the First Lady and share with everyone here, just what happened to you just tell your story.
Thank you, Senator Ted Cruz. I was just 14 years old when a classmate created AI nudes of me from an innocent social media picture. I was 14 years old when I was violated all over social media, and I was just 14 years old when my innocence was stripped away. October 2nd, 2023, I woke up to messages from a friend notifying me that these photos of me were circulating social media, nude body and my face attached, made from AI. Fear, shock, and disgust were just some of the many emotions I felt. I felt responsible and began to blame myself and was ashamed to tell my parents despite doing nothing wrong. As I attended school, I was scared of the reactions of someone could recreate these photos, and I lived in fear that they would resurface and that they would get brought up as I attended school. The school was little to no help and said that it was out of their control. I not only blamed the classmate Big Tech. The boy used a Google app called DNGG that existed to remove articles of clothing from a photo available for all ages for free. While that app is no longer available, thousands of other apps similar are available. Additionally, social media needs to be required to take action. It wasn't until Ted Cruz's office heard my story and reached out to Snapchat personally, and my photos were removed. We need to hold Big Tech accountable to take action. I came here today to not only promote this bill, but to fight for the freedom of so many survivors. Millions of people, male, female, teenage, children, Kids all are affected by the rise of this image-based sexual abuse. This is unacceptable. The Take It Down Act will give a voice to the victims and provide justice. I want to say thank you to Senator Ted Cruz and his team. Thank you to all the advocates pushing this bill and this legislation. It is vital for the growing of technology. The situation is bigger than politics. This bipartisan bill is protect America's children. Thank you to the First Lady and the House leadership for understanding how important this issue is and taking time to learn about this vital piece of legislation. I share my story to give victims a voice they never heard and had changed this horrible situation into something good. Thank you to everyone who is supporting this. It is so inspiring to know that my voice is being heard, giving hope to not only me, to all the many people that have been affected by this. It is truly so amazing how this awful situation has turned into good. Thank you.
So I'll tell you, Elliston and I and her mother several months ago had the opportunity to do a number of TV interviews, and we went on Good Morning America. And at the end of it, I think Good Morning America was ready to offer Elliston an anchor spot. I think the folks interviewing us got nervous for their jobs because thank you, both you and your mom have enormous courage, and you're standing up and speaking the truth, and it has a power to change and protect others. What is remarkable is in the exact same month that Elliston was being victimized, 2,000 miles away in New Jersey, Francesca Manny was going through the exact same situation. She was also 14. She was also a target of this same predation. And like Elliston, Francesca has spoken out about her experience. Both Francesca and Elliston testified at a field hearing that I held in Dallas. Francesca recently appeared on 60 Minutes to tell her story. And she's another incredible young woman, along with her mom, who are standing up and fighting to protect others. And so, Francesca, thank you for being here as well. And would you please tell us what you experienced?
Okay. Is it on? Okay. At 14 years old, my classmates created deep fake images of me and other girls at my high school. The most disturbing part, not just that they thought it was okay, but that the school failed to hold them accountable. While the girls' names were announced over the intercom, the boys were quietly pulled from their classrooms, a blatant violation of privacy and disrespect towards us. Despite the seriousness of the incident, only one boy received a one-day suspension. 2 years later, those responsible are still in my school representing in team sports as if nothing ever happened. That is not okay. When I asked my school why they weren't using the code of conduct or HIP policies, their response, they need to be updated to include AI. My response was, then update it. It took them 1 year to make changes, yet my mom's lawyers created an updated version within a week of that incident. The HIB investigation, which was supposed to take 10 days, dragged on for almost a year. Completely unacceptable. The school's only response to the community was a single email dismissing the issue as widespread misinformation. This silence sent a dangerous message. To the girls, you are not worth fighting for, and to the boys, what you did is okay. I expected clear and decisive action. The school should have said, this is not okay, and you are expelled. In school, the question should not be about legality alone. It should be about what is right, what is ethical. Teenagers might not know all the laws, but they do know when something is wrong. Schools need to take immediate, serious action to ensure that AI exploitation, harassment, and deepfake abuse are met with real consequences. We need laws, and with the help of Senator Cruz, Congresswoman Salazar, and now the involvement of you, the First Lady, I truly believe we are on track to passing a federal law to protect women and children. Even though AI exploitation can happen to anyone, 96% of victims of AI misuse are women and children. So we are seriously vulnerable, and we do need laws. The Department of Education must finally step up and issue clear AI guidelines on how schools should handle these incidents nationwide. AI isn't going anywhere. It's here to stay. Schools must be proactive, not just in teaching students how to protect their image or avoid committing a crime through AI misuse, but also in teaching how to use AI as a tool for advancement. Throughout my advocacy, I have met incredible organizations, leaders who are focused on legislation and regulation, but that's just one part of the conversation. Since being named one of Time 100's most influential people in AI, I've had the privilege of meeting brilliant minds using AI to advance society in research, medicine, education, climate control, art, and more. Yes, AI needs regulation, but we also need to acknowledge its potential and prepare the next generation through AI literacy programs in schools ASAP. I love JFK's speech, where he challenges us to ask what we can do for our country. Lately, it feels like everyone is asking what the country can do for us. With AI, we should all be asking, what can I do by myself to advance and empower my future using AI? Now, let's be clear, every aspect matters, but it must start with legislation. A strong federal law is crucial, one that shifts powers back to the victims, ensuring they can remove harmful images within 48 hours. That's not just policy, that's real tangible protection. That's Take It Down. We need this to pass. Thank you.
Again, this is being used under the Fair Use Act of 1976. This is for educational purposes. This is not for entertainment.
Francesca, thank you also for your courage and your strength and your clarity. Both you and Elliston are inspirational, and we're proud to have you with us today. As Francesca mentioned, over 90% of the victims of non-consensual intimate images are either women or young girls. It doesn't just affect teenagers. Adults can also be victimized. And Breeze Liu, when she was 24 years old, she got a nightmare phone call from her friend that an explicit video of hers had been posted on a pornography website. That phone call started a series of events in which Breeze would rise to lead the fight for the removal of these abusive images. Breeze, thank you for being here. Thank you for your leadership. Tell us about what you experienced and what you've done to try to stop it.
Thank you. It is both humbling and empowering for me to be here today. On behalf of millions of survivors, I'd like to thank you for giving us a voice and shining a spotlight on this critical issue. We stand at a defining moment in human history. Artificial intelligence has given us unprecedented power and brought profound transformation. But with extraordinary technology advancement, we also face immense challenges. In April 2020, my life changed forever. A friend called to tell me that a video of me was circulating on Pornhub. At first, I thought it was a mistake. I have never even visited Pornhub, but when I clicked the link, I saw my face on a pornographic video. The devastation I felt is indescribable. I was humiliated, dehumanized, and overwhelmed. But when I sought help, the system failed me. I was victim blamed and slut shamed while the perpetrator faced zero consequences. As more videos spread to hundreds of malicious websites, I nearly lost everything. My dignity, my reputation, and I almost lost my life. For every victim, there is a moment when the ground disappears beneath you, when the shame, the violation, the loss of control, it all consumes you. And then when you reach for help, you find there is none. No accountability, no recourse, just a system that shrugs and says, it's too complicated, it's impossible to fix. The internet is too big. But America is a nation that does not accept impossible. In 1969, an American set his foot on the moon and said, that is one small step for men, one giant leap for mankind. This nation did something that was once believed to be impossible. With computing power equivalent to a basic calculator, we accomplished one of the greatest feats in human history. When it comes to ending online violence, America must lead. The Take It Down Act is an essential first step. It creates accountability where there was none before. It ensures that victims can have harmful content removed swiftly, lifting the unbearable burden survivors have long carried alone. If legislation is the foundation, technology is the bridge. History will not remember us for the tools we build. It will remember us for how we choose to wield it. The internet, AI, the digital tools are not inherently good or evil. They reflect the values of those who control them. This is a tech-enabled problem, and it requires a tech-enabled solution. The same technology that created this issue can also power its solution, and this is why we find hope. And this is what my work at Electo AI is about, building human-centered AI to combat AI abuse. To those who say this problem is too big, I say this: America is not in the habit of backing down from hard fights. Today, the smartphone in our pocket holds computing power thousands of times greater than what NASA used during the Apollo program. We have the technology to fix this. We have the legislation to create accountability. Now we need the will to act. This is a nation that has always led the world in shaping the future, not waiting for someone else to do it first. The future is being decided now. So let us rise to this challenge, not because it is easy, but because it is necessary. It is time to reclaim our humanity in a digital age. Let history show that when faced with injustice, we did not stand idly by. We fought, we built, we progressed, and we won. Pass this bill. Take action. Let us build a digital future that is safe, just, and worthy of the generations to come. Do not let my yesterday become their tomorrow. Thank you.
What? Yeah, man.
Breeze, thank you very much for your courage and your clarity. What you experienced and Elliston experienced and Francesca experienced was a grotesque violation of your privacy and your fundamental rights. And each of you has used that pain to advocate for others and to try to stop someone else from being victimized the way you have been. Although the vast majority of the targets of this abuse are women and young girls, young boys can be targeted as well. And the FBI has warned that there's a growing threat of sextortion deliberately targeting minors online, where evil people use either real or fake explicit images to extort their victims both sexually and financially. And in some instances, the results can be even more devastating and catastrophic. And that was the tragic situation that South Carolina State Representative Brandon Guffey and his family experienced in 2022. Representative Guffey, would you please share what happened with your son?
Thank you, Senator Cruz. July 27th, 2022, I lost my oldest son, Gavin Guffey, to suicide. We quickly found out that he was being extorted online, that someone pretending to be a young female at another college requested images to be shared back and forth. And as soon as he shared those images, he took his life. It was an hour and 40 minutes from the time that he was contacted until the time that he took his life. At that time, I had never heard of the crime of sextortion. I was always a more liberty-minded.
Are you hearing this very sensitive subject there taking place on camera?
I couldn't imagine.
Okay.
Yeah, I just couldn't imagine.
Okay, so let's recap what we got here. So it's passed in the Senate. It's going to the House. I'm gonna get choked up a little bit here, but I beg everybody, please sit down tonight and write your House representatives and tell them they need to pass this bill. I got faith that it will, but people are always asking how they can help and what they can do. This is what you can do. Only takes a half an hour to write a good letter. Doesn't cost much to send it off.
This is important to you. You should do it.
If you have children, if you have nieces and nephews, if you have grandchildren, if you have adult children, you yourself can become a victim of this kind of shit.
And not even know it.
And not even know it. People are killing themselves over this, and
It's horrible. It's so
do the right
sad.
thing. Do the right thing. Write your letter. Even if you're in another state, even if you're in another country, write the United States House of Representatives. It will show your
I have to
voice.
read it still. I still have to read it.
You're muted, James. I can't unmute you, bro.
Oh, I know.
Okay, yeah, you're okay. Yeah, you're good. You're
No,
good.
sorry. I just showed up during the video. Well, what's the letter for?
It's for to implore the United States House of Representatives to pass the Take It Down Act.
For what?
For the House of Representatives to pass the Take It Down Act, which
I'm
is
not sure. I'm not sure what the Take the Down Act is.
the take.
No,
take
my
it,
bad. I just came up when you.
yeah.
were-
The Take It Down Act is for people who have had their picture taken and nudity added to their face and
Oh shit.
their
Pornographic sites.
pornographic sites, pornographic pictures of them
To schools.
to schools and 14-year-old girls.
Oh shit. Oh, I didn't know about that shit.
Yes,
My bad.
yes.
My
From
bad, brother.
From AI. From AI.
Sorry about that. man.
Yeah.
I just showed up close to the end of your video. My bad, brother.
You're good. No, you're good. You're good. You're good. So this is my message to anybody who sees this. Write the House of Representatives. Write your congressman. Tell them it's absolutely necessary to pass this fucking bill.
We don't. No more kids committing suicide over this.
Imagine if it was your child. Imagine if it was your parent.
Being bullied with it.
Yeah, sorry about that question, man. I just showed up.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good, Ottawa. You're
Yeah,
good,
how are
Ottawa.
you gonna know what it's about if you don't ask, right?
Yeah, if you
It's
don't ask,
totally
you don't know
fine.
what it's about, you know.
Yeah.
So, what's up, Ghost Eagle?
This is huge.
This
It's so
is
huge.
this is
We're all
this
emotional,
is
huh?
one of those. This is like one of those moments that
It's huge. We've been waiting for this for so long.
it
for at
feels
least-
good.
Yeah, it does, huh? At least it's being recognized, you know.
It feels good.
It's good to cry, big guy. It's good to cry.
It
This is important.
really is important. It's huge. Like, there's so much bullying going on online and shit with young teenagers and stuff, and it's just it needs to stop. It really needs to stop. committing suicide.
Yeah,
and stuff,
just
you know?
think about it. You taking 30 minutes to sit down and write a letter and just saying, Congressman, House of Representatives, so and so, pass this bill, the Take It Down Act. Pass it.
Kids don't
That's
see
it.
no any other way out, so they commit suicide. That is so horrifying.
You heard the last speaker
Horrible.
of what they let him say on there. His son, from the time he got the call that he was going to be sextorted, was an hour and 46 minutes later that he murdered himself.
Committed suicide.
He killed himself.
Yeah, that sucks.
And his dad found him.
And his dad is a representative.
Yeah, his dad's a representative of the state.
You know what I mean? He's
No, I didn't know AI was doing that kind of shit, man.
Yeah, they have
all kinds of apps that do it.
Yeah, they got apps that remove your clothes, dude.
Yep.
Well, I didn't know that.
You can
Yeah,
put
dude.
Any body on it and shit. Yeah, there's all kinds of apps that do it. Hundreds of them out there.
Yep. Thousands of them.
And all you got to do is go take a picture from somebody's fucking social media platform.
All I got to do is
There's
right
that-
here.
Yep. And
Boom.
that's all you need. And then you can do whatever, make it look right, however you
You're
want.
spiritual, Mom. You're on camera. I'm not sure if you noticed.
Yeah. My mom's up here, yeah. She knows.
Oh, I know. She's typing in chat. Instead of typing,
I'm typing in text so other people will
My bad.
see
My
what they
bad.
need to do.
Yeah, glad you're here, Mom, for sure.
I'm glad I'm here too.
You're a cool person. Yo, if I
You better
can
say
get
that. That's
your-
my mom.
She's a sweetheart.
Can you drop your channel? I'll give you a sub.
What's up, Temper?
Awesome.
I don't know if I can do it.
So Temper,
Well,
I don't know if you missed all of it or what, but I just played a video from the Senate. They just passed the bill. Well, they just passed to go to the House, the Take It Down Act. Whether you're in the United States or not, please write the United States House of Representatives and tell them to pass the Take It Down Act. There's children out there committing suicide because people want to take their pictures and put pornographic images to them. Using AI. So this is huge. People are always asking me how they can help, what they can do. Well, this is one thing that you can definitely do to make a difference. It takes 30 minutes to write a good letter and 10 seconds to mail it off. Just do it, please. I beg everybody that watches this.
Just think if them girls hadn't been told that their stuff was put out there, they wouldn't have even known.
Imagine if them girls
That's
wouldn't.
horrible, dude.
Imagine if them girls wouldn't have been as strong as they were.
Yeah.
Oh, those were strong women.
Oh,
Strong
yeah.
young women.
There's a lot of power.
14 years old. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah. That's amazing.
I was impressed.
Me too.
Mhm.
Me too.
James, I'll drop down and I'll post my link down.
Oh, you can do that after. Stay
I
up.
have to drop down though,
Oh, okay.
off the
Well, you're
lot,
stuck,
you
you're
know,
stuck with
sooner.
me, G2K.
Yep. Senate Bill 4569. Take It Down Act. Thank you, Hardy Dad.
Yeah, that's the first time I heard about that. That was the first time.
Well, baby.
I love his
Harley
communication.
Dad, can you post
too.
my? Oh, thank you. Good job, Harley Dad. He's on the ball.
I'll give you a sub right now.
So, I'll put a post up on my channel here in a little bit in the post or the community tab, whatever the fuck, on how for people who are not in the United States, like that would really show some real unification, some real unity if people from other countries was writing the United States House of Representatives and telling them to pass this bill. So please, I'll put the address on how to reach out to the House of Representatives in a letter on my community channel, on my community page. And
Confident it will pass, but still, it still helps. It would still help. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It would still help.
yeah. I mean, I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident it's going to pass at the House of Representatives. But a letter, it'll make you feel better about yourself as well, especially when it passes.
Especially if you live in Florida, because that's where
Texas.
no,
Ted Cruz is a senator in Texas, right, Mom?
Yes, he is.
I thought he
Oh,
was
I
from
thought it was
Florida.
in
I thought he was
Florida.
from
My
Florida
bad,
too. That's why I said that. Yeah.
Okay, so
But-
Texas.
It's in Texas.
So yes. So please, everybody that's coming in now, I'm actually going to end this live stream. I wasn't planning on going live, but my wife was like, "You got to do this, babe." So I did. I'm glad I did. So please go back and watch this. Share it out to other communities. This is extremely important. Please, if you do one thing, if you do one thing for yourselves and for the future of our children and our nation, write your House of Representatives and tell them to pass this fucking bill. Personal favor for me, please. This is what we're fighting for. This is what I love this community for. I know I can count on a bunch of you to write a letter to the House of Representatives and tell them to pass this bill. With that being said, this is G2K, ladies and gentlemen. I humbly come at you guys and ask you one more time to please write the House of Representatives and beg them to pass this bill. The Take It Down Act, extremely important. Children are committing suicide over this shit.
Being bullied.
It's horrible. This is G2K. I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Be good. Much love, much respect. Laters, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Wait, I got one thing to say.
Okay, James. Go ahead, my friend.
Tune in next week. We'll sell G2K's couch. We'll start the bid at $10.
No, you said fucking 15 earlier, asshole. Thank you, Ghost Eagle. Thank you, Ghost Eagle. I appreciate it so much, my friend. For real. For real. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write a letter here myself. So, ladies and gentlemen, try to love one another right now because you might not get a chance to do so tomorrow. In fact, there are people here today that won't get that chance to do so tomorrow. So, might as well take advantage of what we can. And tell your friends about me because you're going to want to know. Get to know. Laters. All you fucking haters. See you fucking laters. Write that letter, ladies and gentlemen.